What would you call a little gremlin who lives on Tumblr, Michael? What name would you give them? Michael doesn't want to participate in this bashing of a specific type of people. Say something. This is fucking Let's Play, damn it. You're supposed to talk constantly and be happy constantly. That's a true fact. Listen, you know those things when you have a YouTube channel on the right, it's like, watch these videos to help you boost your channel and build a community, and it's all like engineered horseshit, right? I've been watching all those. I've been studying PewDiePie, Markiplier, Tobuscus. I've been watching lots of Happy Wheels videos. I understand how to do the Let's Play thing now, Michael. So let me give you a few tips. First of all, scream. See that guy on the bottom right? He's scary looking. You're supposed to scream. Make sure you add a webcam, and you set the scream into the webcam. Step number 2. You have a webcam now, right? Wear a very loose shirt and show your cleavage. Just a little bit, not too much. YouTube doesn't like if you do it too much, because then it's too obvious. But enough. Step 3. Creepypastas. Lots of creepypastas. Step 4. Thumbnails. It needs a mixture of rage, silly photoshopped rage pictures of yourself, or you need to seduce the viewer in via boobs in the thumbnail, or butts. Butts probably work too. Step 7. You need to. Oh my! Holy shit! My desktop background just changed and it scared the shit out of me. Step 7. You need to eat delicious cheese pizza the entire time, because people like watching people eat food.
So the bad shop owner gives you I Spy as a reward for returning his calculator.
Lots of crack.
And essentially
because people love watching other people do drugs that they wouldn't.
If there's a hidden panel in the room, it will light up, and then that's how you know that you're supposed to get the star piece in that room. So that's a little different from Thousand Year Door.
Don't take too many steps.
And that Thousand Year Door, you have
has a limit once you get to 3 digits. Step 3.
Gotta put this down here. But
this is the worst.
In a Thousand Year Door, as you can see, it just lit up. I speed it up because it takes me a little while sometimes. Because
shut up.
It doesn't seem to pop up unless if you're right next to it, which is annoying and kind of defeats the purpose. But a Thousand Year Door, instead of you doing it,
you gave up.
Instead of you having the I Spy badge, you have the Miss Malice will detect star pieces if they're in the room, and
the Jew
just kind of like how the I Spy badge just sort of
find Jews in basements from 6 up to 6 miles away.
How the ice badge, the I Spy badge just sort of blinks when you come into a room. Because I always forget that Miss Malice can detect treasure when I play Thousand Year Door.
I don't hate Jews, by the way.
For this badge. Anyways.
I think they're fantastic.
Put you back
people
up on screen and turn your audio back up so I can hear you again.
Can you not hear me?
What?
Can you not hear me?
Oh, I can hear you, sir.
You turned down my audio. How long was my audio? was I turned down?
I'm not going to tell you that.
You laughed at the part where I said the step counter, so it couldn't have been that long.
I couldn't hear any such thing. I just laughed because I know that you couldn't hear me, and that gave me the giggles.
Oh, you were talking?
Yeah, I was talking this whole time.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be a weird part to edit. Here's the deal. Alright, here's the deal. Alright, so we had a set of 3 episodes where I was screaming constantly. Then we had a set of 3 episodes where we talked about history and boring shit. This session has been so I've learned to almost not quite respect, I'm still gonna go up against it hardcore, but the fact that you're tired has kept you from there's no backbone to this set of episodes at all, and it is really awful.
Okay, listen, this is all your fault. You know
it is. I agree. But the whole thing is we have this paradigm of you being sort of like the backbone. You're the straight man. And even though sometimes you engage in silliness and sometimes I engage in seriousness, but today you're like a little too tired. So instead, it's just been...
Every time I try to talk, you shut me up with some stupid horse shit that no one cares about.
I know, and this is our best rated series on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, everybody go watch Potion Seller. Oh, what was that, Michael, you were saying about something important in the game?
I'm talking about the fact that you were screen sharing and showing me stuff on Skype for like 15 minutes.
Because you asked about it.
I did ask about it, but that's not something you do during your Let's Play. You know what this reminds me of? It's that podcast that I've been talking about throughout this series. It's a Sleepy Cabin. If anybody knows who Stamper is, he used to be part of Sleepy Cabin, but he left. Sleepy Cabin is just like that group of animators. I probably explained this already, but you might know Stamper as the narrator from Battle Block Theater. I think that's his most famous thing that he's for, but he does lots of stuff. But it's funny, he in one of the podcasts he came back sort of like as a guest, and he sort of expressed how he thought it was weird how it's like it sort of bothered him a little bit that how when he was recording the podcast, it's like it bothered him that it wasn't like if they weren't being recorded, they'd be having an entirely different conversation, is what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
It sort of brings up the thing of like, I don't know, I just sort of thought it was interesting how, you can, when you're doing Let's Play, you feel obligated to do a certain amount of things, and sometimes rightfully so, but at the same time, you don't want it to be artificial either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So sort of the crux of how the Shy Guys toy box is designed is that there are 4 stations around. You enter at the blue station, I think, and then you gradually unlock the tracks to keep going to the further stations, and each time you gotta grab an item from the end of these little gauntlets and bring it back to Toad Town because there's an NPC that's missing it. And then you give it back to the NPC, and then that's how you progress. So in this case, we're going to be grabbing Tasty's pan, and we're going to give it back to her, and that's going to give us a tool to progress. So like, if there's any dungeon in this game that's anywhere close to being guilty of the same backtracking horseshit as Chapter 4 and 1,000-Year Door, Twilight Trail, you got to cross 5 times to get the little P
like the
to
story
fight
in that
Dupless.
part. It's pretty bad. What's really interesting is in this part we get the pan, and before we got like the tow train stuff, and what I really like is the next part. See, the thing is we have to go get Harvey Dent's burnt off face and give it back to him, and I think that was a really edgy move of the game designers at the time to incorporate Batman into the series.
You mean incorporate?
That's what I said. Well, I was trying to. Incorporate.
You said incopulate.
Said incorporate or something like that.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Incorporate,
it's corporate, not corporate. It's different, damn it. Anyways.
Incorporate. Nothing like a few good inside jokes that aren't inside jokes, since they've been repeated ad nauseum throughout your guys' series, probably at this point.
Yeah. I don't think Ethan's brought him up in a while, though.
Michael says wistfully, wishing that the Corpola train will come back and roll back into town.
Hey, a train is on the screen when you said that just now.
Wow.
See?
I've been training for this moment my entire life. You got a Defend Plus badge. You ever use that?
Yeah, I mainly use it for like the final bosses though, because usually I want to put other stuff on those slots,
Yeah.
Because like for the regular enemies you don't need it, but for a boss it gives you a nice boost. That other chest that the anti-guy is guarding sort of offers a complimentary badge to the Defense Plus we just found, but we're not going to be able to grab that. I'm not going to be leveled up sufficiently to take him, because I didn't want to waste a bunch of items on him either.
Yeah, it's not
because it's not a badge I need right now. Like, it would be helpful, but I don't even really have the BP to spare on it, so it's more like
Yuck,
I might as well
yuck.
come back for it later.
You know, it's funny how I wonder why they designed the Hammer Brothers the way they did. Like, Hammer Brothers have always thrown black hammers. Right.
Yeah.
And they have like helmets. Did they?
Yes.
Their helmets were like just like shells in like the original, weren't they?
No, they've always kind of looked like that. It's what looks different about this guy is that the face, like the muzzle, is a different color.
He has like a beak.
The normal Koopa. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I suppose Koopas have like beak-like things, but that looks like he looks like he might as well be a bird.
It looks like a distinct color from his skin, is what it looks like. So, and I think for regular,
that I want to bring
no.
skin color into this.
Like I have like
Michael, go to sleep, Michael. I'll just do the rest of the Let's Play alone.
So I guess like the Hammer Brother on this cover also has that same sort of beak thing going on.
Yeah, but that game, Super Princess Peach came out way later than like.
Yeah,
I'm
I suppose
talking like
that's true.
early Mario.
But it's not. They don't really have like art for old enemies from Mario lying around. It's mostly for the new games. Like I'll look up Hammer Brother right now, see what I find. Eric's gonna do this when he edits the part.
No, I won't do that.
Cause like the ones that I'm looking at here have that same sort of beak colored face on them.
the ones that you're looking at on DeviantArt.
Here's
Oh, I have to do it. Hammer Brothers.
here's art from
like my,
Super Mario Brothers.
Do you guys like my mechanical keyboard? Oh, Michael sent it to
There's
me.
art from Super Mario.
Did you fucking touch my dream journal just now?
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah,
as you can,
I guess so. I guess you're right.
I guess they've always just looked like that. There's something
hammer's
about the way
different.
they look in Paper Mario, though. Yeah, they do have a different hammer, but like the enemy itself, like the way the beak looks different from its
Yeah.
face, you know.
I
Anyways,
wonder, was that like probably like in the instruction booklet for like the first
oh,
one?
by
or
the way,
something?
these guys with the flowers on their heads,
They make fucking ghillie
we're gonna
suits.
tattle them in a moment, but
Ghillie guys.
he looks similar to an
Oh,
enemy from
Spy
Yoshi's
Guy.
Island.
I like it.
He looks like those guys.
Well, he does kind of, except you know, a little bit more prepped for combat.
Yeah.
I just like how he's supposed to be camoed, and I think the flowers are a great touch. Yeah, you know, I don't think snipers nowadays in ghillie suits. Do you know what a ghillie suit is? It's just those
No.
kind of like camouflage type suits that make you blend in with like grass and stuff. But you never see flowers on them, so I think that's we should call our executive
The Ghostbusters.
our executive, you know, the leader, the chief commander in chief, Donald Trump, and tell him that he needs to get on that. We're gonna add
Shut up,
flowers to all of our snipers from here on out. We're gonna make sure that they cannot be seen through the lilies. We're gonna cover their face with wonderful, wonderful roses, so that no longer will those dirty Middle Easterns be able to see us out on the battlefield.
And the Middle Easterners are gonna pay for the flowers.
When we're at war with ISIS, who I'm gonna kill so hard, I don't know how, but I will. I'm gonna kill them real hard with money. And they're gonna pay
crap.
for our guns. When we kill them with our guns, we're gonna kill them so hard. I think my Donald Trump is
boy.
improving as that is the only relevant political joke nowadays.
Yeah, Donald Trump. Oh, by the way, this
Speaking
is
of
Gourmet
Donald
Guy.
Trump,
So his thing is
you need to give him a cake.
you gotta feed him something yummy to get past him because he sits in the way.
I like how you gave him that just to show that off.
Yeah.
You knew better.
Yeah, because like you can give him a good item like of him like spitting it
Yeah, it
out.
was perfect. Well, what came out of his mouth? Was that the actual Voltron sprite, or was that something else?
Yes, that was actually the Voltron Sprite.
It almost looked like some other thing. Do you actually finish the whole side quest line
Of what?
with the fat cake? You know.
Yeah, you have to do
Oh,
that
you have to.
progress. Yeah. So like this is where things can get a little backtracky, I guess, because you do have to kind of go from station to station and keep exiting to go back to Toad Town. The critical difference for me compared to Twilight Trail is that at least there aren't a bunch of annoying enemies that respawn every time you try to go back.
And the enemies in Twilight Trail are really annoying enemies.
Yeah, like you've got the hyper clefts and the hyper goombas, and you've got like the daisies. Like there's this one there's this one part where you got to turn sideways to go between a pair of trees, and there's this one little daisy that always goes right in front of that little hole that you got to sneak through. So the moment you get across, you have to fight him. There's no way to avoid it, and it's just like, I
feel like I remember.
How did they test that game and not notice how annoying Chapter 4 was?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that that's one of the that's probably one of the most. I think that's. I don't know. I'd say it's my favorite Paper Mario chapter out of like the first two games, but story-wise, it's like I love it. I think it's awesome.
Hey, it's a better identity theft story than Identity Thief, starring Melissa McCarthy.
Shut up, you dirty. It's better identity theft than LifeLock. Listen, listen, it's terrible today.
Yeah, so
really
you give her, you give Tasty her pan.
On sleep. I just didn't sleep because I was playing video games because I'm home.
Yeah, fuck you.
How's finals going, baby boy?
I have to like fucking clean out my apartment too. Like I can't just fucking leave. I have to like mop the shower and all that shit.
Well, I had to too. I lived in a suite. I had to clean up a little bit, but probably not as much as you.
Yeah.
Moving out stressful. I also started school earlier than you do. But
yeah.
I think I'd rather get out of school earlier, because not to mention, if I actually wanted to get a job, or had the energy to, even though I just finished working a job that I was not the biggest fan of, which is why I kind of haven't, but. Like getting out, it seems like my school gets out a lot earlier than a lot of other schools. So, other certain schools Michael goes to, for example.
All right, so I think that's going to be at the end of this session of.
Oh man, wasn't that a good session? So exciting!
Hell yeah, that was so great. That was so totally fascinating.
This is the section of the playthrough where it's you can skip a few parts and probably get out fine. The only good parts of this session has been your inclination to laugh at everything. But as your energy dwanes, I can see it in your eye. There's some Dwayne The Rock Johnson dwindling. Dwaning isn't even a word. What the fuck is wrong with me? Now Michael just looks dead.
Okay, I was just double checking on something for the next session. So yeah, we're gonna cut. We're gonna see you guys in the next episode. Right?
Cut your kids. It's better. It's cleaner. It's cleaner if you maybe just end that episode. Listen.